This is a story when I was just 6 years old that I never, ever forget. When I was a little boy, I lived in a big house that had a little chicken coop. Behind my house, you could spot a soccer field, even from far away because it's uphill. One day, two of my cousins, sister, and I decided to go uphill and play on that soccer field. We were going up innocently without knowing what was going to happen to us. As we arrived on top, we were surprised because there were many people around there. And it was just like this festival kind of situation. It was very crowded and loud, but there was enough space to walk comfortably. The four of us got a little bit sad. We couldn't play soccer. There was nothing else to do. So we decided just to take a walk and followed the pathway that headed on top.
Yeah.
As we went further up, a dead end
Yeah.
was what was waiting for us. We then decided to go back because there was
What's
nowhere to
that
go.
warning?
But as soon as we turned around and stepped down, we noticed that the crowded loud sound, the people at the ground, were gone. Completely gone. I got scared and shocked. The people vanished in an instant. Not only me, my cousins and my sister were as shocked and scared as me. We just started to scream and ran away quickly. I started late on running away, but I soon caught up with them, passing one of my cousins. But as I was running away, I could feel someone grab one of my legs all of a sudden. It made me fall down hard instantly. My face hit on the ground and my nose was bleeding. I cried so much that time, but my cousins and my sister helped me get up and we ran as fast as we could. When we got home, we got yelled at by my mom. She asked my sister how come I got injured the way I did and sprained my ankle badly. It was red and swollen.
Wait.
My face got a bit of
Swollen.
scratches, and my lips and nose were all bleeding. Later, after that day, my sister told the whole story about that mysterious vanishing to my mother. And then she changed her face, looking a little bit uncomfortable. That field up the hill is a graveyard. We were all shocked by knowing it. So the people we saw up there were dead people. But still, thinking about it again, how can you explain my accident? I thought it was one of my cousins who caught my ankle, but running away and trying to grab someone's ankle is impossible. Maybe it was a warning for me not to go to that field ever again. In any case, I still remember that event so clearly that it gives me chills.
There are fears they could pose a deadly risk, especially if partygoers take them in hot weather. Amnesty
Okay.
bins are being placed at music festivals so users can safely dispose of drugs without fear of being
Okay.
When I was 10 years old, I stayed at home by myself for the first time while my parents went out for a date.
When I was
really
10 years
bored
old,
and
I was staying
my
home by myself.
imagination ran wild, so I had every light on in the house. I was scared, honestly, but not so much due
I'll
to
be
the
scared
lights.
too.
My parents told me they would be back by 10, so I wasn't really worried. I had food, blockbuster movies to watch, and my favorite game, Manhunt, on my PS2. By the way, this was 2004. It started to get dark outside when all of a sudden a storm hit. Then the lights went out. As soon as it happened, I ran into our living room near the front of the house with my flashlight. I was definitely afraid now. I decided to get under the covers on the couch. I tried to fall asleep, but I was so afraid I couldn't. I don't know why, but I peeked out from under the covers, and I swear, I saw the silhouette of a man in the corner of the room.
More like an alien.
I jumped back under my covers, breathing heavily. Then all I heard was slow, methodical footsteps. They were coming toward me. Then I heard whispering along with the footsteps. My heart was pumping out of my chest at this point. Then the sound stopped. I just laid there frozen. No sound. Go! I got up and ran out of the house because it felt like someone touched my arm. And I know I heard someone yell the word go. I pretty much ran out of the house with the blanket over my head. I ran to my neighbor's house. I told them what happened and they called the cops from their cell phones. My parents arrived a little later than they expected due to bad traffic. They seemed angry about what happened. The police say that there was no evidence of a break-in. I still to this day remember that feeling of fear, but I really don't know if it were my imagination or not.
Imagination.
Takedown was forceful.
Hi, my name is Adil, and this is a true story. The police have finished this case, and the man is in prison now. I was 14 at the time this took place. I was in a school and sitting in a history lesson that was so boring. My friend Noel, who was sitting opposite me, said I could come over on Saturday, as his parents were not going to be there because they were going on a weekend away. That meant we could stay up as long as we wanted. This was not uncommon, as we both invited each other to stay at one another's house, and I thought we were going to have a great time.
Blue mouth.
Saturday came and I was so ready. I packed my essentials like my toothbrush, my new game, and my pepper spray. My parents always made me carry it, and I didn't mind because it made me feel safe too. I went on my way, and 30 minutes later, after walking, arrived at Noel's house. As he opened the door, he looked a little shifty.
What?
I walked in and locked the door after me,
Okay.
to which he became even more anxious. I asked him if everything was all right, and he said it was. Not trying to put it down on the evening, I asked him if we could play the new game I bought.
My
He
thing's
wasn't really
glitching.
interested, but
Okay.
said yes anyway. After 30 minutes of watching him not switched off the TV and asked him what was going on, to which he replied, "I need your help." I asked him what he needed my help for. He told me that this man who added him on Facebook was actually stalking him in real life, and as to how he wanted to meet Noel. He warned him that if he told his parents, he would kill them. So Noel, being the stupid idiot, he told him to come at 8 p.m., 5 minutes from now. He was scared, so he asked me to come to this meeting to get rid of him, and that if he had told me at school, I never would have agreed to come. He was right. I felt betrayed that he brought me here under false pretenses. I was also angry at his stupidity of him giving his address away as well. However, I had no time to argue. I was just glad he told me about this guy. I grabbed my pepper spray and just sat there on the couch. The doorbell rang at 8 p.m. I just sat there hoping he would leave after a little bit. However, then I started to hear scratching and realized he was breaking in with some sort of tool. I quickly ran into the kitchen with Noel, and we heard the door lock get broken, and someone kicked the door in. The lights were on, and we were hiding behind the large fridge. The man, in a deep voice, shouted, "Noel." We didn't reply. And then he shouted, "Noel, where the heck are you? I'm going to kill you."
Yeah.
I had a plan. At this point, I pushed Noel out from behind the fridge. Noel started going back, and the man was walking forward, chuckling. As soon as he came near the distance of the fridge, I shot out and sprayed pepper spray in his eyes. He screamed in pain and then started swinging the screwdriver in his hand. He grabbed the screwdriver and picked up a pan laying there and hit him on the head. He blacked out. He was dressed in a smart suit and was clean-shaven. We called the police and later found out that he was a man who was being monitored because there were several complaints of stalking and threatening behavior. They also found many tools in a bag he left near the door that would dismember a body. Thankfully, this sicko didn't kill anyone. However, I'm now happy that Noel called me because I dread to think what would have happened if I wasn't there.
Okay, well, next one. Crazy
When I
old
was
guy.
7 or 8 years old, my parents used to take me to this beach cafe in our town. It had a pool and the cafe was right next to the beach. The family that owned the cafe were my family's close friends, so I spent a lot of my childhood there. The best part about the beach is that when you passed the cafe and the playground, there was a lot of sand and a net for volleyball.
Well, obviously, you're at a beach. You're gonna be saved.
One ordinary summer night, there was quite a few of us playing in the sand, making castles and doing other things. All of a sudden, I heard a noise behind me in the bushes, right
Probably
where the sand
cat.
ended. I should mention that there were woods around the whole place, but it wasn't deep or
I
anything.
could see that.
I was a brave kid, so I just brushed it off as being a cat or animal of some sort and continued to play. However, when I looked up at my friends who were now quiet and staying still, I got the chills. I noticed that all of their eyes had widened.
What stuff are these kids taking? Look at them.
They were
Panadol.
staring at me, or rather at whatever was behind me. The shock kicked in, and I felt like I was going to faint. I started shaking.
Panadol.
I turned around. But when I felt something cold on the back of my neck, that was the last drop. I started running full speed towards the cafe filled with people, and my friends immediately followed behind me. There were 6
Mommy, I'm a sucking lala.
children crying and screaming at the top of our lungs. I remember finally clinging to my mom and crying in her arms. Soon after, the sound of sirens followed by police
Needle, needle, needle.
cars parked in front filled the air. When the adults talked to the police, my friends and I were confused. I still didn't know what was behind me, so I asked my oldest friend in the group, who was 10 years old.
He's 10 years old. He looks like
Turns out
50.
there was this
Oh,
crazy
Dad.
guy who robbed a lady and stabbed her to death not so far away from here. My friends told me he appeared behind me smiling like a sick clown.
Those
He
look.
was holding a knife and pressing it against the back of my neck. And that must have been the cold thing I felt. From then on, I never stayed far away from the cafe when the sun went down. And thankfully, they caught the guy.
That's the end of this video.